Good afternoon, everybody. How are we all doing? I wanted to come on and say, hey, I know I've been a little bit quiet over the last couple of days. We've just had some news in the family. So yeah, I've just been a little bit quiet. But I wanted to pop on and say hey and let you know I'm still here and that tomorrow night we are still on. Because if you caught my live last week, I started to speak about spirit guides and spirit attachments and upgrading our guides. So I just wanted to carry on that conversation a little bit because I often get a couple of questions. I often get the question, how do I know the guidance that I'm receiving is right and that it's coming from a good place? I often get the question, what's the difference between my guardian angel and my spirit guides? And I also get the question, do our spirit guides up and change? So I thought I'd just come on. I don't want to waffle on too long because I've got yoga in 20 minutes. But yeah, I thought I would come on and just talk about spirit guide type things. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments and I will do what I can to answer them. And if you know anybody that likes this sort of thing or has asked you these sorts of questions, share the video with them and yeah, let's get them on. And I'd love to hear from you guys. So yeah, if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them in the best way I can. So spirit guides, spirit attachments and guardian angels. So what's the difference? So I think that we often work with a combination of all of these beings, all of these energies. Often when you hear something like spirit attachments, you think first of all, oh, that must be bad. Also, when you hear spirit guide, you think, oh, that must be good. And when you hear guardian angels, you think that must be good. So let's just kind of clear up a little bit of that stuff. So what's the difference? So your guardian angel, I believe, is a high light being that has been with you since you were born, since before you were born, probably through lifetimes. Your guardian angel has probably never been a human being. They are from the angelic realm. They are here and they're sole purpose, their sole reason for being is you, and that's it. They have no other commitments, no one else to look after, nowhere else to be. They just kind of sit there and they're like, just want to make sure that you're doing okay. However, a guardian angel will not butt in. They work very much on the law of free will, which means if you want to work with them, you need to call them in. Which is why we get that prayer. Thank you, angels, for reminding me of your presence. Thank you, Kyle Gray, my teacher of nearly 5 years, I think, for sharing that with me, which has always been a staple in my practice. So your guardian angel has probably not incarnated before. She or he is here to look after you. They are, Dina, they are just for you. That's it. And you are their sole purpose. So if you're not using them, they're probably just sitting there like, oh, is she okay? I just want to get involved, but I can't. So you just call them in. You know, you can run meditations with them. You can just say prayers to them. You know, just by acknowledging them and asking them to come in and be in your energy, they will be with you. How do you connect with them? I mean, we'll be going over that a bit more tomorrow night, but really just call them in, sit in a meditative space and ask them to be with you. For me, I have two angels that I often feel with me. I do think you can have more than one. And for me, they sort of come and it's almost like they're sitting behind me, but all of you will experience that differently. Which leads me on to spirit guides, because people often wonder what the difference is, maybe get confused between the two. So spirit guides are very different from your guardian angel. The spirit guides are often, not always, but often they have incarnated on earth before, so they have had an earthly existence, which means that they are often better suited to how do I say this, like advising you on certain things. Audrey, I was thinking about that last night about the prayer. Yeah, it's like an awesome prayer. So yeah, our guides are, because they've lived these lives before, they're often assigned to us to help us with certain earthly matters. So for example, if you're a teacher, one of your guides may have been a teacher in the past, because they will be there to help you. You know, they'll know, they've lived it before, so they have that experience. They and you know, I think that a spirit guide, like I can have a spirit guide and you guys could have the same spirit guide as me. I don't think that's impossible. I think that they can be omnipresent. Your spirit guide you may have known, so they may be somebody who has passed over. They are often people who have, you know, you might have a soul relationship with them, you might have had past lives with them. You may be in like a soul group with them, so that you are all so your souls are all kind of ascending at that same level. So they might not be incarnated in this life now. So they're kind of on the other side, helping to guide you through. You can have more than one. You often have, I've experienced anyway, that we can have many spirit guides in one go, and they're helping us with different aspects. So hi Christina, I have experienced, like for example, when I teach Reiki, that often a new guide comes in to help you with that healing. You know, it's something new that's coming in, you're wondering how to work with this new energy, a lot of stuff comes up for you, and so often you're assigned a new guide, just like if you are going through a new challenge in your life. So I think guides can come in as and when you need them. I do also believe that you have a one or two, or maybe more main guides that come in through you, with you from birth. I do think they can move and change. I believe that these guides are also on an ascension journey with us, often, not always. There's different levels of guides from what I see. Are these guides always the ascended masters, or, you know, what do we traditionally hear? The shaman, the Native American, you know, the ancestor, people often say, like, Joan of Arc is my spirit guide. Yes, I think that that ascended masters can absolutely come in and guide us, absolutely. But does that mean that they can't be guiding someone else? No, I think that maybe they're part of your soul group. You've come in, you resonate with their energy, and so that they're here to help guide you. You know, actually, this is kind of a side point, but I do think that humanity, that us as a species, are here to rise. And so that on some level, we are all here together, rising. So that why do these spirit guides want to help me do my job? Well, if I'm rising, then we're all rising together. Maybe that's it. I don't know. So for me, a common misconception are that all spirit guides are helpful. Not always true. Just on that note, before I go into that a bit more, let me just talk about spirit attachments, because often, and we all, I don't know, you tell me if you don't think this, that we think about spirit attachments and think that they're bad, they have to be bad. They're not always helpful. What is a spirit attachment? It is when another energy has come on and latched onto your energy body, which can happen very often if we're not protecting our energy field, if we're open to this. So we can be protecting us, but be like really open to, you know, how often do we say this? Guides, come, help me, be with me, help me solve this problem, help me this, help me that. And so we're opening ourselves up to other energies. And unless we do anything, unless we are consciously clearing them away, or very, very clear about who and what we want to work with, I think that these attachments can come in and sit on an energy field. They can be very draining, because it's almost like they're attaching onto our light so that they can feel enlightened too. They they can also cause some confusion because sometimes they have their own agendas. And again, I'm not necessarily saying these are bad, they're just different to your agendas. So when we're asking for assistance, or, we're kind of looking outside of ourselves for some help, asking for that external guidance to come through, they can come through with their own agenda, which is not necessarily helpful for you and for your ascension. So that's important why we keep our energy clear, while we do, cleansing rituals. And that's not just working with sage and smudging. This is really, upgrading our energy field. And, a lot of you have heard me speak about the 12D energy shield, which I can share with you if you would like. Just drop me a comment. So this leads me back onto spirit guides and how they're maybe not always helpful. So I've said, they can be with you from birth. They can be with you from, any situation we're in. And you think about your life and where your life is now and how it has changed over the years, even in the last year, how much you've changed. Hi, Emma. You can really think about how our needs change over our over our ascension, over the work that we're doing, over the situations that we're in. And whilst we are calling in these guides, whilst sometimes they can be helpful in a certain point, what can happen is we can outgrow them. And that's great. I really think that a lot of our guides, the good ones, they want us to upgrade. They want us to outgrow. They want us to move through. Audrey, I will get you that 12D shield. No worries. I think that's what they want you to do. And those are the ones that you want to work with. But sometimes maybe spirit guides turn into spirit attachments because they're there because we haven't let them go, because we have become attached to them, because that vision or that psychic that told us 10 years ago that we've got a shaman looking out for us, and we're like, okay, well, he's our guide and I'm just going to listen to him. Maybe you've outgrown him. It can happen. And I hope it does happen. But we need to work with that. We need to do something about that. So I'm going to recommend, if you just to really think about what guide you've been working with, who you're calling upon, how attached you are to this specific one or that specific one, even this specific angel or that specific angel, really drop into it and just ask yourself, how did they help me in the past? How am I now assisting them? What do they need from me? Can them being with me help upgrade them? Because like I say, we are all upgrading. That would be a lovely payback, right? That we can help them ascend and move into the light. Meditate with them. Find out if they are still resonant with you. And if they're not, it's time to let them go. It's also very important, if we are letting them go, that we bring healing to that aspect of us that allowed that attachment or that kept that attachment with us, rather than let them go and then leave a kind of void for another guide or attachment to come in. This is really about creating your own boundaries. This is really about managing your energy and knowing that you are a sovereign being, and that we shouldn't, whoever it is, give away our power. We shouldn't be like, right, well, just because he's in spirit, just because he's a guide, he must know better than me. It's a case of really being clear about where we're going and who we want to work with and what we want to, what we want to work with is important. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have got any questions on that, because I know that's a bit of a bombshell and it's maybe not exactly what our teachers have always been teaching us, but this is guidance that I've been getting through to me and working with. So it'd be amazing to hear about your guides and what you experience with them, and if you do think that you are still working for the highest good for you, for them all. And if it was a psychic that told you 10 years ago, 20 years ago that this, whatever the name they gave you is working with you, and if you kind of held on to that, If you want to know more, then tomorrow night we are going to be running a ritual. It's the 3-3 portal tomorrow. Actually, I didn't think about this with the 3, you know, us as our physical, our spiritual, you know, and we've got like our spirit guides, our guardian angels, ourselves, all kind of coming into this trilogy, this triad. Maybe that's why the guidance came through, who knows. So tomorrow night we're going to be doing one of my meditation activations, which is all about upgrading your energy body, working with the light sources that are available to us. We've had some amazing sunshine here. We've had some really kind of high energy days. So I really want to harness that. And while we're there, we're going to have a good old spiritual cleanse. We're going to work with our guides, find out who is working with us for our highest good, and either upgrade them, because I do think they can upgrade with you. And I'll share a story of how that happened to me and the experience that I had. And if yeah, we'll get to meet, I think, one or two of our guides. So this is about upgrading them, helping them transmute and move on to the light, and then healing any aspect of us which maybe we've been giving our power away. Emma, if you would like to book on tomorrow, I've put the link on this video. So just click on the link and my PayPal's on there, and then I will send you the Zoom link. So it's all via Zoom tomorrow from 8 till about 10:15. There'll be chance for questions, or you can submit some questions to me beforehand. We'll be doing a long meditation. We will be sharing the 12D shield tomorrow, as I do at the beginning of all of my practices now. And yeah, I will I'll pop any links in here. So unless anybody has got any questions that I'm not seeing, Audrey, Emma, awesome. I will see you tomorrow. I can't wait. If you find this video has been helpful, then please share it to your friends or anyone that you think it can help. Also, just while I've got you, I've been playing around with an idea in my head about doing a video like this once a week on a Monday, to just like a signature show. Get on, just start chatting about things, take some live questions. If that's something that you'd like to see, then let me know. Just be on a Facebook Live, maybe 45 minutes, an hour every week, just to catch up and connect. So yeah, if you'd like to see that, let me know. Otherwise, I hope that I can see one or two of you tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've got to get ready for yoga. Lovely to see you all. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.